Good morning everyone, welcome back to plot number 13. I'm at home at the moment. Let me show you these plants down here. This is what I'm going to be popping out today. A lot of it... There's a car alarm going off. Wait there a sec. Right, where was I? So these plants down here, they're looking really yellow. I don't know what it is about this year, but I've had aubergines, chili peppers, and now these pumpkins are going yellow as well. So they're going in the ground and that'll give them something to cry about. So let's get down the plot. Here we are at the plot. So my first job today is going to be, not what you think, I'm just going to nip and clean the toilets. There we go, this is what we have on our site. So I'm in charge now of just making sure they've got enough supplies and giving everything a wipe round. I feel honoured. There we go, job done for another week. It's a composting toilet, so it's got big pits underneath the ground, and you do your peas and your poos in there. If you do a poo, you've got to put a bit of sawdust on top and then just make sure the lid's closed and nature does its thing. And I think they rotate the pits around just as they get full. So yeah, very good. What does your allotment site have? Does it have a toilet or do you go in your shed? So I've got a little fountain. Ali suggested that I should get one to get rid of the mozzies. So it's been in for a week now and yeah, the mozzies have gone. There's a little bit of debris all over the pond. I think that's what's blocked the head of the little pump up. So I'm just going to scoop away a few bits and bobs. I'm not sure what it is, to be fair. Just try and keep it a little bit clearer for the tiny little pump to work. The plants are still okay as well. No sign of duckweed. So definitely worth isolating them before you pop them in your pond. This little pump is only 10 quid from Amazon and works by solar power. The stronger the sun is, the higher the fountain. So look, if I put my hand over here, it stops, and then if I take it away, it starts again. So it doesn't work all the way through the night, it's just on sunny days. If you watched the last episode, you'll know that I had onion fly, but it's allium leaf miner, I believe, all over my onions, garlic, shallots and stuff like that. So I've dug it all out and I've got a spare patch of ground now. So I've just covered it over with some compost, fresh compost, and I'll pop in all my pumpkins and might chuck some courgettes in as well. We'll see. I've got courgettes over by the peas and beans there, so I'll do my pumpkins and we'll see how much space I've got left, because they're going to take up so much room, aren't they? But yeah, as I harvest the carrots and stuff, I can let the pumpkins grow down and just take up the whole patch anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, let's do that now. Okay, so if I plant them 90 centimetres apart as recommended, I can get I can get 4 of each variety out. So that's what I'm going to do, because I'm always planting stuff too close. So I'm going to stick to official guidance and see if it's an improvement. Hiya, you okay? Ah, you having a party? Yeah. No beer. Right. Do you like my new gloves? They're diggy gloves. You're meant to be able to dig the ground with them. I got them for my birthday, so this is the first time I've tried it. Actually good at. Saves getting the dirt under your nails. There we go. So I'll just dig the holes, and then in the bottom of each hole I always like to put some of my Eco-Thrive Charge and a little sprinkle of the gel water crystals. There we go. God, this is a finger workout. Dear me. No, I can't use them. They're killing me hands. I'm going to get my knife. I think I need to work up to these gloves. Dear me, my hands are aching already. Be good for little holes. So I've just got 2 types of pumpkin this year. I've got both of these seeds were saved when I went to a pumpkin fair. So they're Shropshire grown, saved seeds, and This variety that I'm planting now is like a warty variety. I've had a Google online. I'll put a picture up on the screen now, but I've had a Google and they're like zombie pumpkins. And it was absolutely fantastic last year. So I decided to save the seed, and these are the ones. So see how they get on. And this variety is the Crown Prince. So this variety is like a grey pumpkin. Oh my god, it is absolutely delicious. It's one of the best culinary pumpkins you can get. It's no good for Halloween. Well, you could use it for Halloween, but there's a lot of thick flesh in it, which is great for soups and pies and stuff. I'm just going to chuck some of these dwarf French beans in. They're called Celine. They're looking a bit yellow, so I think they need to go into the ground. They've been in a pot for a while now, so I'm just going to bob a row here. The ones in the background, they're beef bean. They're from Ali, and they're growing fantastic, so I'm looking forward to harvesting those. They're going to be like a dried bean that tastes like beef. These have been sown a few weeks ago. I'm going to direct sow next to it as well to give me succession, so I'm not overloaded with beans. So I brought some seeds down with me as well. I've learnt last year that there's only so many beans one person can eat, because I'm the only one in the house that eats them anyway. So there we go. I don't know what distance they are apart. I'll just chuck them in. They seem to do okay closer together like that. Well, I thought I had some more Celine French beans, but I don't. So I'm going to try a variety I haven't done before called Contender. So this is a French bean. I don't know anything about it. I'll have a little Google later and see. I'm hoping it's not a pole bean. French beans are usually the dwarf variety, aren't they? So yeah, we're going to put them in anyway. With these beans, I'm going to put two together, 2 or 3, depends how many drops out my hand, roughly in line with the row that I've just planted, so I know where to look out and where there's going to be gaps in the row, and then I can just re-sow. So I deadheaded this viola. It's been in since last year. It's paid its dues now, so it's just looking a bit worn, as you can see. So I'm going to dig it out and make a bit of room for something else.
How did the sweet peas come so early?
I don't know.
Planted at the back end last year.
I think so, most of them, yeah, like October. They've been in the greenhouse for ages, and I stuck them out. They were looking really sorry for themselves. I didn't think they were going to do anything, to be fair. I've had 3 pickings off them as well. 3 pickings, yeah. And I think I'm going to do the same on this side. Take out these violas because they're looking a bit sorry for themselves now. And oh, the pak choi's going to seed, bolting straight away. Take that out as well. Or I might just leave it for the slugs, actually. I'll leave that one for the slugs and the bees. Looks like the birds have had a go at this because it's all chewed on the edges. Looks like birds, or it could be slugs. I don't know, but that one's bolting anyway. I think pak choi prefers a bit cooler climate to grow and not bolt. Same with some of these lettuces now. I'll pull these up and re-sow, I think. So I've put an initial layer of compost down that's got some charge in it, and then I'll top it with just the regular stuff without any nutrients in. The one on the first layer had a few of the gel crystals in as well, just to keep the extra moisture underneath this layer. There we go, that's ready for planting. And in this section, I'm going to put some asparagus peas. Right, out with the old lettuce now. I'm going to check the leeks while I'm here as well, and if they've got allium leaf minor, then they're coming out as well. I used to see this as a bit of a waste, but it's all great for the compost bin, and it's a great way to collect all the slugs up and put them in the compost bin as well. So I don't feel too bad anymore, and if you just clear it and sow some more, it's not a waste, is it? Because you're using the space. There's some good lettuces there that I'm going to take. The temperature was quite high at the start of the week when I put all the greenery and bits and bobs in and turned it and give it a good aeration and water. But now it's dropped again, so this will be great for the compost. So that's freed up a bit of space for that one to carry on growing there. It's gone a bit wonky, been pushed aside by the others. And then the roots that are left in the ground, I just cover them over. So these are the leeks. They were doing okay, but they've got like curling on the leaves, so I'm going to pull this one up and see if they've got any of the allium leaf minor. There you go. There's one. Not a mega infestation by the looks, but enough to warrant pulling them up. Alright, next job then. So I have a little section of leeks. There's about 6 or 7 plants that I was growing at home, and I've used them to like fill in gaps and stuff. So I've pulled up a few and they're not actually infected. There's no marks on the leaves, there's no orange in the roots. So what I'm going to do is dig up these and just pop them on at home. Look, these are absolutely perfect. These were planted down after the others, so it just seems a shame. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. There we go, they can stay like that until I get them home. So I've marked out 90 centimetres between these two, and there's 90 centimetres between that little one there. So I'm going to put 2 autumn gold squashes here, and then the loady one I'm going to put over in this section here, just on its own. It's the only one that germinated out of the packet, so it's got prime position. Now I haven't filmed it, but I've just had a quick refresh of the brassica bed. I've changed the netting on the sprouts to a butterfly one and taken that green cloche off it. And then the netting on the purple sprouting and the broccoli, which is the Sun King one, I've just taken the netting off and put some bird deterrent carrier bags over there. So I know it won't stop the butterflies, but they're kind of busting out the net and deforming and everything, so I want to give them a bit of space. I'm just going to have to risk it. I've harvested one of the broccolis that was heading up last week. A good way to keep slugs off your brassica is to grow lettuce with it, because they love all the rotten stuff, and just let the lettuce just do its thing, be a little sacrifice. Got loads more of these snow peas coming. They're Monge 2 variety, so you pick them when they're flat like that. I had a couple last week, but they've absolutely exploded now, so I'm going to pick a load of these today. So that was annoying. I am back home now. My phone died, so I spent another few hours down there. I gave everything a good water as I left, harvested a few bits and had a good tidy up. I've brought the leeks home and planted them up, and I've brought a few of the other bits and bobs home as well that weren't quite ready to go into the ground. So I'll just quickly show you. The leeks are super close together, but there's no sign of disease, so I'm just going to let them grow. And even if I can get some tiny baby leeks, that is a win for me. I've also cooked myself some tea since I've been back home. This is the first full allotment meal, obviously apart from the gravy and the burger, but everything else is grown by me. Packed full of nutrition and delicious. Well, that's it from me. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next week for another video. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye.